As we all saw, She-Hulk was an abomination. There's been a lot of trash coming out of Marvel, coming out of the MC over the past couple years. But to be honest with you, this one might be at the top of the trash pile, the worst of the worst. She-Hulk, for a variety of reasons, including the fact that it was cringe, including the fact that the CGI looked like crap. But most of all, it was just not funny. It was an unfunny mess, and fans hated it. And now people are kind of mocking it because Marvel clearly thinks it's one of the best things they've ever made. She-Hulk has been put forward for 19 Emmy Awards. MCU fans react with ridicule. And yeah, it got mocked, especially when Deadline Hollywood puts out a paid advertisement for Disney for your Emmy consideration. Marvel Studios She-Hulk in all categories, including Outstanding Comedy Series. You don't have to look too far. Look at this. Outstanding
like Mark
comedy
Ruffalo. They want Mark Ruffalo for having an Emmy on that.
Some of this stuff is nonsense because you have special visual effects. This was mocked because it looked like Grand Theft Auto on the PS2. And they submitted it for visual effects. Like, how laughable is that? But I think one of the more interesting things that we've also found out is that as so many people came out, just like we've seen with Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, whatever, they always bring in all these actors or people that are part of the franchise to come and defend it. Well, in this case, it was Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil, who actually appears as Daredevil. He defended this movie. He said, it's okay. Like, you know what? Maybe this isn't for you. You don't have to watch it. You can watch something else. Well, now we found out that Charlie Cox hasn't fucking watched it either. That he hasn't watched this shit. Apparently, he's taking his own advice, and it's not for him, so he's not watching it. While he's trying to defend all this stuff, he admits that he's never fucking seen it. After defending Daredevil's abominable She-Hulk attorney at law scenes, Charlie Cox admits he hasn't watched his She-Hulk episodes. And this was the quote at the time: "You can't please people all the time. If She-Hulk's not your thing, don't watch it. Watch something else." Motherfucker took his own advice.
He sure did.
Then Cox admitted, and I think people responded to that. I actually also haven't seen that episode. I've seen bits from when we do ADR. So when they're doing voiceovers, that's what he's seen. And it seems fun. You know what I mean? Like, how funny is it that the dude they bring back, the dude that, hey, they got blasted for the way they depicted him, a character that people still really care about and people are really worried about what he's going to be like in his series. But when the dude who says and is out there defending it, saying, if you don't like it, just don't watch it, isn't even fucking watching it.
Exactly. And that was their marketing too. It was like, we're bringing back the Daredevil that you guys love, from the Netflix series that was very popular. A lot of people love that series. And, that as soon as you saw the first costumes of whatever of Daredevil coming back, everybody just knew, like, well, this ain't going to be the same one as the Netflix show. But my question is, what do they hope to gain by winning an Emmy? Like, so they're just going to add that to the title, watch the Emmy award-winning She-Hulk attorney at law? Or are they working on a part 2 where they'd be like, the Emmy award-winning She-Hulk series returns in She-Hulk 2, Electric Boogaloo?
What I personally think is that they've nominated it for every category they could possibly do. They know they're not going to win anything. I think they're hoping that they get like 3 random nominations because this is just them submitting it for consideration. They're hoping that they can get like random music composition in the series or music supervision or single camera picture editing. Like, they're hoping they get one of these little things so they can say the 3-time Emmy nominated She-Hulk series that was a hit with critics. That's what I think it is, because there's no way they could possibly think that this deserves any sort of award. This is nonsensical. This is stupid. This is idiotic. We saw how people reacted to it. The critics came out there. The critics defended it. They tried to praise it. Anyone that watched it rejected this shit. But hey, they think it's Emmy award winning.
So Disney paid an ad to Deadline to push this.
Correct. That's what this hashtag ad means.
That's where their money's going, folks.
As you're getting fired, you're someone that's working for Disney. You're part of the latest rounds of layoffs of thousands of people getting fired by Disney after they've gone down the woke rabbit hole, destroyed their company. Just know that the $100,000 that they probably cut for your salary was spent on an ad for She-Hulk to get Emmys. I hope that makes you feel better.